72 seconds after takeoff, both engines were gone.
On a cold winter morning, nothing in the Swedish countryside hinted at the disaster waiting above. Low clouds settled over the region, hiding what lay ahead.
At Stockholm's main airport, operations began as usual.
Inside the terminal, passengers moved through the morning unaware of what lay ahead.
Flight 751 was listed like any other departure that morning.
Passengers waited patiently, unaware they were minutes from a life-changing event.
Boarding began as it had countless times before. No one sensed that this routine flight would soon test human limits.
Inside the cabin, professionalism and calm set the tone.
Inside the cabin, passengers prepared for what they believed was a routine flight.
From the window, the scene looked calm and controlled. Nothing hinted at the invisible threat forming on the wings.
In the cockpit, experienced pilots prepared the aircraft for departure.
Hydraulics.
Checked.
The most dangerous ice is often the kind you cannot see.
The captain made final adjustments before taxi.
De-icing was performed according to standard procedures.
With all checks complete, the aircraft left the gate.
The aircraft began its slow taxi toward the runway.
The aircraft began its slow taxi toward the runway.
Inside the cockpit, coordination was calm and precise.
In the cabin, final safety preparations were underway.
From the cabin, the journey felt routine.
The runway lay ahead, marking the final step before takeoff.
Final checks were complete.
The aircraft lined up for takeoff. The point of no return was moments away.
The takeoff roll began, like thousands before it. Nothing suggested the danger about to unfold.
Power was applied, and the engines responded normally.
The aircraft lifted from the runway.
The aircraft entered its initial climb.
As the wings flexed, the invisible ice finally broke free.
The ice was drawn directly into the engines.
Violent vibrations shook the cockpit without warning.
The captain instinctively reduced engine power. It was the correct response to an engine surge.
Unbeknownst to the crew, an automated system restored full power. Automation quietly overruled human intent.
The surges returned, stronger than before.
Moments later, the second engine followed.
Inside the cabin, passengers felt the violence of the surges.
Captain, this is the cabin. Do you read? We're experiencing severe turbulence.
The cabin crew tried to reach the cockpit.
The engines began to lose power.
The first engine failed completely. To maintain control, the captain pushed the nose down.
Seconds later, the second engine followed. Flight 751 had lost all engine power.
The cockpit fell silent.
With no engines, the aircraft became a glider.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. We are declaring an emergency.
The crew declared an emergency.
Controllers immediately recognized the severity of the call.
Mayday recognized. Confirm position immediately.
Restart procedures were attempted, but the engines did not respond.
The crew attempted to turn back toward the airport.
The captain leveled the wings to preserve airspeed. Electrical power began to fail as well. A passenger moved quickly toward the cockpit. He was also a trained pilot. The auxiliary power unit was started. Some systems came back to life. The aircraft broke out of the clouds. The captain chose the only option left.
The command no passenger ever wants to hear was given.
Brace! Brace!
Heads down, feet back.
Brace!
Passengers followed instructions with seconds to spare.
The crew configured the aircraft for landing. The landing gear was lowered. A field offered the only chance of survival. The aircraft skimmed over the treetops.
The right wing struck the trees. The structure began to fail.
The aircraft hit the ground tail first.
The fuselage could not withstand the forces. Inside the cabin, chaos erupted.
The front of the aircraft tore away. Structural failure was complete.
The aircraft finally came to rest. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, movement began.
Listen closely. We need to evacuate the aircraft. Move towards the front exit, row by row. Stay calm and assist others if you are able.
Fuel leaked freely into the snow. The danger was not over.
Passengers escaped through openings torn in the fuselage. Evacuation began immediately. Speed and discipline were critical.
Passengers escaped through openings torn in the fuselage. Strangers helped one another without hesitation. The full scale of the crash became visible.
Against the odds, no fire broke out.
They began to count who was still alive.
Michael, Elena, is everyone here?
We have 9, 10.
Only now did the reality begin to sink in.
Emergent services rushed toward the crash site. Emergency services rushed toward the crash site.
Rescuers arrived to find survivors scattered across the field.
The injured were prepared for evacuation.
Fire crews worked quickly to secure the wreckage.
Police secured the area for rescue and investigation.
The injured were transported to hospitals.
Against all odds, no lives were lost.
Investigators arrived to determine what had gone wrong.
Every piece of wreckage was carefully documented. Attention quickly turned to the engines. Damage suggested a violent internal event. Investigators focused on the wing roots. Something abnormal had been present there.
Early evidence pointed toward ice contamination.
Weather conditions became a critical focus. Conditions favored the formation of clear ice. Attention turned to ground de-icing procedures. A critical step may have been missed. The investigation began to narrow its focus. Cold fuel remained in the wings overnight, chilling the metal structure.
Clear ice formed, nearly invisible to the eye. The most dangerous ice formed near the wing root. As the aircraft lifted off, the wings flexed upward. Clear ice broke free as lift increased. Ice was sucked directly into the engines. Compressor blades were damaged instantly. The damaged compressors began to surge violently. The aircraft was equipped with an automatic thrust restoration system.
Each time the captain reduced power, the system restored it. Each time the captain reduced power, the system restored it.
The surges repeated again and again. The engines began to tear themselves apart. A chain of small oversights had led to disaster. The investigation board began formal deliberations. The primary cause was clear ice remaining on the wings. Responsibility for final inspection rested with the captain.
Pilots were not trained to manage repeated engine surges.
Only a physical inspection could reveal clear ice.
The ATR system was unknown to the airline's pilots. Multiple failures aligned to create the accident.
The final report shifted responsibility away from the crew. Systemic failure, not human recklessness, was to blame.
The aviation industry took notice. Lessons from Gottrara spread worldwide. De-icing rules were rewritten.
Hands-on inspections became mandatory.
Engine surge training became part of standard instruction.
Pilots were trained to understand automation limits. Aircraft documentation was updated to reflect the risks.
The accident helped reshape aviation safety culture.
The lessons of Flight 751 continue to protect lives.
All 129 people on board had survived.
Brace! 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 Heads down! Stay down!
Cabin crew discipline saved lives.
In Sweden, it became known as the miracle at Gottrara.
This was not a story of failure, but of survival.
Aviation safety is written in lessons paid for dearly.
SAS Flight 751, December 27, 1991 D1.
Based on official investigation records,